Hi, welcome to Cowtown Colorworks. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. It's been a while. I'm still in the Christmas spirit, apparently. It's been a while since I podcast. It's been a little crazy around here. But welcome new viewers. Welcome back if you've been here before. I don't have a whole lot of knitting today, but we'll see what it transpires. I do have some chat about life in Ohio. I have one finished object because actually I had a couple, but I only have one because the rest were gifts. And some works in progress. One stash, more than one stash. And some adjacent crafting. And I'm going to moisturize because my hands are super, super dry. Today is Sunday, January 8th of 2017. This is my first podcast of the new year. This is my Lanchet lotion bar that I got in Fiber Space in Washington, D.C. Oh, I love it. I'm not sure what that noise is. I hope it's just my heater. It's a balmy 18 degrees here in Central Ohio right now. It's been weird. I mean, we're fluctuating between 50 degrees Fahrenheit and -5. I mean, it's just been crazy, the weather patterns, but I think it's supposed to stay warm or cool for a while. We've only had a little bit of snow, but that's really not unusual for us. I mean, if we're gonna get snow, it's usually later in January, February. Sorry, my skin is so dry. I have the heat on, I've had the fireplace going, dry, and all kinds of cracks on my fingers from the dryness, which is generally another reason I haven't been doing a lot of knitting. But let's get into it. So I'm coming to you from right outside of Columbus, Ohio. It's a town called Pickerington, where I live with my mom and my cat Wellington. And I'm in my craft room, and it's a mess. If you can see behind me, there's some fabric that needs to be put away. A Christmas tree that still hasn't been dealt with. I put away the main living area's Christmas, but I haven't dealt with the second floor or my basement, which I don't have a lot out, just that. Okay, so what's going on in Ohio? Since November, we've had some holidays. Thanksgiving was great. My family came over. My niece was here. We visited. My mom was in good spirits, and she was able to be downstairs with us, so that was good. Christmas was wonderful. Again, we were blessed with some good spirits from my mom. Brother and niece were here. We all exchanged gifts. It was wonderful. It was 50 on Christmas, so my fire plans were kabooshed, which makes me sad. I need fire on Christmas. And I was working a lot and taking care of my mom. For anybody who's new, she has stage 4 cancer, and she's in the final stages. So, you know, I'm kind of a homebody. Need to stick around here and help and care for her. We do have hospice, but so I do a lot of caring for my mom. I also got called for jury duty. I'll get into that in a minute. So Christmas was good, and then New Year's, I stayed home. I'm not a huge New Year's person, and the Buckeyes were playing. Sadly, they lost by a lot, by badness. So I babysat my niece's dog for her so she could go to Chicago and enjoy the holiday. I love this pen. And so Luna and Wellington and I spent the weekend cleaning, putting Christmas away, generally just getting the house together, casting on some new things. I did finish my Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli. That was a gift that's in the mail now. Yeah, so I just been working, cleaning, housework, cooking. Got to get back on the wagon as I sit here and eat my last piece of Ghirardelli chocolate. It is, my niece got it for me, milk chocolate pumpkin spice. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But I need to stop. I need to get back on my healthy eating regimen, get on my bike. I'm hiding in my sweatshirt because I'm freezing with the long sleeve shirt under it. It's crazy. We got, I didn't get a lot of knitting stuff this year, but that's okay. I did get a lot of stuff from my Happy Planner, and I gifted a lot of stuff for her, my niece's Happy Planner. But there really hasn't been too much exciting going on except for jury duty. Let me tell you about this. I got my letter in November. I didn't really think much about it. I knew I needed to go January 6th, report day. And everybody just kept saying, did you call? Did you call? Because, and I guess in Ohio, if you're called for regular jury duty, you call the night before, or so many days before, I guess, depending on your county, and they'll tell you if you need to come or not. Well, I'm like, well, there was no phone number on there, so I get the paperwork out again, and I've been called for grand jury duty, which is a little different. At least it's different here. I'm not sure if it's a regional thing or whatever, but I went, reported to Lancaster, which is my county seat where I live, and that's where all legal business takes place in Lancaster, or I'm saying it wrong, it's Lancaster. I'm like, whatever, it's Lancaster, but they pronounce it Lancaster. So I went to Lancaster, and I would say there's like 30 of us, 35, I don't know, get called in, and we're sitting in a courtroom where like the witnesses, not the witnesses, but like the people watching would sit. Family, friends, that type of thing. Sorry, I got a haircut yesterday. So we're all sitting in there waiting. Pretty much everybody who's going to show has showed. So the bailiff comes in, and he's like, okay, I'm going to reseat everybody in this specific order. So when I call your name, come up front. So I think I was about the 5th person called. Sits us in the jury box. And then he continues to call people's names and puts them in front of us. So there's like 9 of us in the jury box. There's 5 sitting in front of us. And then the rest of the people, he rearranges them in order, sitting in where the people watching would sit. I don't know what that's called, but I'm sure there's a name for it. So then they announce basically that if you're in the jury box, you've been chosen. The 5 people in front are the alternates, and the people sitting in the visiting area, they're up on deck. So then they start asking people questions, because everybody has filled out this flyer or this form. You know, so they asked one woman, she had put on there that she had an issue with her work schedule. She's a nurse and she works the overnight, so that would be difficult for her to come in to do jury duty during the day. So, okay. And then the woman next to me, basically, I mean, she had 100,000 reasons why she couldn't do it, so you knew they were going to recluse her. And then this went on for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, just asking specific people specific questions, asking general questions of everybody. They ended up releasing 2 people on the jury and bringing 2 of the people that are up front, and there's a name for them. Alternate jurors, they brought 2 of them into the box. So now we're the 9 jurors. There are 5 alternates, and everybody else got released. It's every Friday for 4 months. What? But it's not all day. So after we did this, and we listened to the judge, and then they gave us the talk and explained everything to us, and we had to be sworn in, we left the courthouse, and we went to the prosecuting attorney's office, which is in another building down the street. So we all jumped in our cars and drove down there, and I brought a couple with me that had rides, had dropped them off. And we go into a room, and it's set up like a meeting room. It has like tables in U-shape. And we started work right away, and we heard 4 cases, and we, you know, kind of went over things. We have a new prosecuting attorney in my county, so it was his first week as well. So it was interesting. I'll have to take my doctor's note to work. Or not my doctor's note, my jury duty note that just basically says that every Friday at 9 a.m. I have to report to the prosecuting attorney's office, and we'll hear however many cases that they have that day. It could be 1, it could be 20. We'll listen to them all, and when we're done, we're done. I can either go back to work or go home. It just kind of depends what time. If it's like a half a day, then I'll obviously go to work. But if it's later in the day, it doesn't make sense. It's about an hour drive from Lancaster to where my work is. So, but yes, I'm going to be a grand juror. It's kind of exciting. I mean, obviously most of the cases, basically as a grand juror, my job with 8 other people is to determine if there is enough evidence and if it warrants moving forward to trial. If there's not, then something else happens. I'm not really 100% sure. Because he said there was a lot of different, I asked this question, and he's like, no, they could, you know, it could come to us, and there's not enough evidence because they only have 10 days from the time of the crime to present it to a grand jury. So there might be situations where they come to us, there's not enough evidence, they either continue it or they hold it, and then they gather the rest, and then it comes back. So, you know, there's lots of stuff that can happen, but it's very interesting. So that's happening. Not a whole lot. I'm trying to get my craft room organized. It's a hot, chaotic mess since Christmas and all my Christmas crafting. I'm just looking around, and I put a lot away, but I still have some more that needs to be dealt with. And for those of you who've watched me for a little while, know that I'm slightly obsessed with Target, the Dollar Spot or whatever it's called, Bullseye's Playground, and the Dollar Tree. I'll show you some stuff I did pick up because they have their Valentine's Day stuff out. So exciting. All right, let's get into it. I've been blabbering on for 11 minutes. My finished object. And I feel like I haven't shown these. So I'm just going to show it. And if I did, then I did. And we'll see them again. My mittens. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is not a pattern. It's just, I think I cast on 64 stitches of sock weight yarn. It's Knit Picks Felici, the Lost Lakes colorway. Sorry, that is one thing that has been going on. I have had the plague. I don't know what it is. Co-workers have all been sick. Christmas Eve, I started coughing, and I'm still coughing. No other symptoms, no fever. No, that's a lie. At the beginning, I was super hot, and then cold, hot, cold. But then that broke at about 2 days in, and I've just had this wretched cough. Anyway, I got mittens. And then I did increases right and left until it got what I thought was big enough. And then I bound off the thumbs on the waist yarn and just did this like a sock. And they're super warm. And so cute. My first pair of mittens. Love them. Love them. Okay. Finished object. And then I finished the Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli. And like I said, that's en route to its recipient. So, let's see the last piece. What do I have new? I don't have a whole ton new. This is a new bag, though, that I did procure. And it is Jane Austen. And it says, she taught me to knit, which has been a great amusement, by Jane Austen. So it was just a quote. My niece wanted the bigger bag and the mug, and I got this one for me. So I cast on a baby hat. And again, no pattern. 66 stitches I cast on, and I did a 1/2 inch of 1x1 ribbing. Sorry, the lighting's a little wonky down here. 1/2 inch of 1x1, and then I'm just going to do up, I'm not sure how many inches, till I feel like it's big enough for a baby head, and then start decreasing. But this is going to go for a gift with my Olive to You. Olive You Too sweater by Tega Hilliard. And this has just 4 little buttons. And look at the sweet little cable knit down the front. So this is a 0 to 3 month. And I'm making the hat to go with this. And that's already been blocked. So I just need the hat. And then obviously I'll get her another gift. So this is also Knit Picks. Wool of the Andes. This color is, there's a color, but this is Prussian Heather. And it's like a bluish gray tweed. And it's definitely showing up more blue on here, but there's more, in person, there's more of a gray to it. And a cat fur. So this, and again, no pattern, I just cast it on. So this I'm working on pretty diligently. I'm wanting to get it done. The shower, excuse me, is not until the 28th. And we're hosting it actually here in my pool house. So I need to get that done. That is number one. Number two is a hat for me by Picnic Knits, or Picnic Knits put it out. It's called the Snappy Hat by Karina Ferguson. And it is a free pattern. And so is the Olive to You. I think I said that. It's just a cabled hat. I don't know if that you can see it. Probably not. Very basic cable. And again, Knit Picks. This is Wool of the Andes Bulky in Cadet. So this is a pretty chunky hat. I really have just done the first cable. But it's a, ooh, my cat loves to lay on my lap. He doesn't bother the yarn at all, so I don't mind. But he does enjoy laying on my lap while I knit. And this is a, knit 2 purl 1, knit 2 purl 2 cable. I'm sorry, garter. And then when you get up into the cabling pattern here, and it's free, and it's on a size US 10.5. And these I ordered also from Knit Picks. I wanted to give them a try. I really like the nickel plated. These are 10.5, 16-inch fixed. I will tell you though, I ordered these and I ordered my double points, and one of my double points is the nickel is flaking off. Now, I haven't had that issue with this, but I don't feel like I'm clanking them as much as I do with socks or mittens. But that's all I've gotten, and I'm in no rush for this hat. I mean, it is cold out and it'd be great to wear, but I mean, this is just something that I'm going to enjoy the process. I love cables. I love when they've done their first slant, and then we'll go up, and then, slant again. I'm so excited. And I love this colorway. It's a gray, again, but it's more gray with a little touch of blue. Do we see a theme? Gray and blue, blue and gray, gray and blue, blue and gray. Yeah, they're my colors. I can't help it. And this is a bag I made a year ago in February when my niece and actually, no, I gave it to her for Christmas. We went to New York City. And this is a New York City skyline in wintertime. And I had put a gift in there for her. Now this is I'm going to sit in court for 5 or 6 hours knitting. So I just cast on a vanilla sock. However, I want them to be a little looser. I'm thinking more of a, oh, you cannot see it, can you? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. More of a slipper sock or a looser sock. So I cast on 72 stitches instead of my normal 64. We'll see. I want them a little looser, more to wear around the house than in shoes. But I have sock weight yarn. And this yarn, can you see it? Yeah, I think so, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I dyed this myself on a sock blank. I ordered the sock blank from, you guessed it, Knit Picks. And I didn't read, or I didn't realize it was a double woven. So when you start unraveling it, because you can tell it's all raveled up, it was 2 strands. So I unraveled it and wound them into 2 balls, because now that I'm done with my cuff on this one, I will cast on the second pair. I like to do them tandem, and so I need to cast on the second pair. But I love the yarn. I was afraid it was going to be too dark, but there definitely is some white fleck in here. And I enjoy that a lot. And this is just going to be a vanilla, no thought about it. I just wanted something that I can knit on while I'm at the courthouse on Fridays. Let's see if I can show you what. No, you're not really going to get a good, it's a little glary this afternoon. Anyway, it's hot pinks, purple, and then some of the natural is still shining through, which is nice, which I like. So it's almost like a reverse speckle. The speckle is the natural dye. So it almost looks barber pole-ish or speckled. Either way, I love it. So I have that, and I will cast on the other one this week. And this is in my Keep Calm and Craft On bag. Because I do love crafting. I really do. And then I'm working on a bag of mess. My scrappy yarn blanket. Now, I know everybody is doing either the mitered square or the granny stripe. But I just don't, I'm not one that goes with the crowd on everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't care for the mitered square. And I thought that would be awfully awkward. And the granny square is nice. But I really love this blanket because I wanted the stripes to go sideways. Or they're going to go on a diagonal. So this is where you start this. This is the very first corner, and then it grows outward like this. But when it's on my bed, see how it's diagonal? It's a corner to corner. So it grows at each corner one of these little blocks, which is chain 3 and then 3 double crochets. So every time I get a row done, it'll grow by a ½ inch. Almost an inch, depending. And so this is the row I'm working on right here. And if you can see, this is some self-striping yarn. But when you do a crochet like this, you don't get self-striping, you get color blocking. So there would be the purple stripe. Here's a little gold. This little tealy color that goes in to this like limey green color and back into purple and gold. So it's self-striping, but it doesn't do that when you're working in blocks. So it's just neat. And I just have all my bits and scraps, which I'm almost running out of, but I'll show you in a minute why that's okay. I mean, it's totally okay. I'm going to keep knitting, and then when I'm finished with these little projects, no, none of these are stock weight. But I'll have scraps. So yeah, I love it. I just think it's fun. As I worried down here, you know, some of the stripes were like 3 stripes because it's so small. And again, the cat fur. But I love the drape to it. So, and I cast it on, or chained it on, or whatever you say in crochet. This is an E, take a cough drop, 3.5 millimeter crochet hook with sock or fingering weight yarn or sport. So sock, fingering, or sport, that's really the only ones I'm using on this blanket. And it just has a super good drape. And then on the ends here where I'm adding, these will get eaten or covered up when I do the border. It'll just get taken into the, you know, as I'm crocheting it up. Except for this one because it's not on the end. But these guys will just get crocheted into the border. So I love it. And I just love the drape to it. Oh, it's so pretty and squishy. So this is what I just been working on this a little bit. Now, when it gets to the bed, because it will, oh, I gotta put that away. Let's just say this is my bed, and I'm growing it out this way. So when I get to here, and it's as wide as I want, I will continue to grow up, but I will turn this one so that I'm growing this direction. And then when I'm done, when this end gets to as long as I want, then I will start cornering it in and coming in and back down to, and then my end will be one block. But when I get to the widest part, it's going to take up quite a bit of yarn. I mean, crochet in itself takes up more yarn than knitting. So I'm kind of was like, you know, am I going to have enough scraps? And I have some plans in place. I have some mini skein sets coming. One I got on joined a group on Ravelry to get one. Or I was on the Grocery Girls podcast, I believe, and it was A Life Full of Laughter. And it's Leading Men Fiber Arch Yarn. So that is some skeins I'll have coming. And I can make, once I get to a point that it's wider and I'm using more yarn, I can get to a point where I'm making magic cakes. Right now, let me take these out and I'll show you. So these were, I'm working that one right now. I bought for Christmas, and I'm not sure if I showed you or told you, but I bought the Opal Yarn Advent Calendar this year. And it comes with, oh, so cute, little 15 gram, skeins of yarn. Right now, where I'm at, I did 2 rows, and it used, I don't know how many, if I have mine. I don't think I have it down here. I thought I did, but I don't know where I put it. My little scale. Is it over here? Nope. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how many grams it used, but I mean, it used a fair amount. But I don't want more than 2 rows of each color. So once I'm starting to use more, you know, when it's wider, then I might take a bunch of them and cake them together, because I know I'll use the whole 15 grams of these and make a magic cake. I'll just show you some of my favorites. Oh, here. Somebody returned some of my stitch markers that I had at a store. Oops. My cat's toy is in here. You put treats in it. Well, its little head comes off. And you put treats in it, and he has to bat it, and then the treats fall out. And it's a little Christmas elf mouse. He loves it. Anyway, these are a bunch of the mini skeins that I got, and then some other skeins. But I absolutely love this color. This probably will become something and then go into the blanket. And a lot of these will. I love these colors. I mean, there's just 24 mini skeins. And then there was a sale this weekend on Deborah Norville Serenity Sock Weight, which is 50% merino, 25 nylon, 25 bamboo. And it's really soft, but they were regularly $5.49, and I got them for $1.99. So I got five different skeins that will end up in the blanket, and then heels, cuffs, toes, I mean, who knows. So I got a burgundy, and I don't think these have colors, do they? Oh yeah. Violet, or purple, burgundy, chili, and it's like a greens and pinks and purples. This one's super pretty. Viola. And it's all shades of purple with a little gray in it. And then this one is woodsy green. And it's almost like an army green. And I love it. And then I have some blue here that I dyed up. So all of this basket that my cousin, or my mom's cousin actually, is my great cousin, actually made the basket. So I love having a use for it. So it sits in my living room, and I just throw all my scrap yarn balls, or in this case, purchased yarn, in it. And as I need some, I grab them out. I either put them in this bag if I'm taking it to go, although the bag's getting a little small for it, or I sit in the living room and knit. These are my little, I took them in little stitch marker sets. Oh, this one is Alice in Wonderland. And this is Doctor Who. And these are just different animals. Frogs and pigs and elephants. And another Alice in Wonderland. So that's it for the knitting. This is going to go in my blanket too soon. And this is my Madeline Tosh terracotta. Now this, a little bit will go in there and then the rest will become something else. I need to put this all away. So, I'll give you an idea of just some adjacent projects that I've been working on. I've really been getting into paper making, cards. I want a Cricut really bad, the Cricut Air. But I made some baby invitations for the shower. I don't have any here to show you, but this is the paper I got. Tell me that is not adorable. It's just little blue elephants and green on some natural cards paper. So cute. And then at the Target dollar spot, they sell, and this is $3, and it's a book, and each one of these, some are sparkly. I love that one. Looks like Victoria's Secret. And some are not. Like it's. Let's see if I can cut it open. And they're just little 6x6 books of craft paper. But they make perfect paper for little, just a couple cards. You know, I don't need to make 50 cards. I'm going to make, 5 or 6 Valentine's Day cards. I'm going to do this one too. So I have 2 books, and I think they have 3, but I didn't need all 3. Okay, I didn't need any of it, but I didn't want all 3. I thought these 2 were perfect, and they would cover everything I need. And later I might do some card making. All right, this is the one I was showing you. But it's, it's like, ooh, glitter paper. And then this is just some pinks. And it's just cardstock, so it is a little heavier. This one's super cute. Some stripes. My favorites are this one. And they're foiled hearts. You can see a little bit of the... And this, I think, is like Victoria's Secret. And there's 2 pages of each. And then I got this book, which is craft paper color with gold. So there's the stripes again, polka dots, broken hearts, arrows. I mean, that is so fun. And lips. Oh wait, I think there's one more. Solid hearts. So I can just get it, cut them whatever I need for each card, and everybody gets a different card. So I got those. And then for the inside of the sentiment, sorry for the crinkling, I got some rubber stamps. And these were $1. And I feel like it's totally reasonable. And this one says, "You make my heart soar." And this just says love. And it has a little kitty cat on it. And then this is a 2-stamp set that says "Be Mine" and Airmail. And I thought these were fun to make some cards. I mean, they had all kinds of stuff. They had like some pens. These little felt arrows. I mean, they just had all kinds. Stickers like crazy. I do have a bunch of stickers. I just haven't got, I don't have them out. I put them away, but this I picked up today at the Dollar Tree. And these are just, let me see if I can see them better. There's cats and fish and puppy dogs, and they're just cute. I'm going to put them on the cards, maybe on the envelope when I seal them. Like they're metallic. I love the kitty cat and the hot air balloon. So this is just some projects. And I got this at the Dollar Tree too. Metallic. For $1, 2 rolls of washi tape. And that's, I mean, I love washi tape for all kinds of projects. including, like, I use it to hang things on my wall that I don't want to pull paint off. There's Guthrie. And just so you know, Hooligan Yarns is getting ready to stock more yarn. He goes on my wall. I'm getting a bulletin board up here too soon that I got for Christmas from Santa Claus. Or Sarah. No, Sarah. Santa didn't bring me it. So these are nice, and then you get a fair amount of the washi. And I like the green. This is for when I do my Pelotonia. So, oh, and this came from the dollar bin too at Target. This is $3. These pens were $1, and they write in black ink. But also a matching. Could be a coaster, but I'm going to use it as like a tea holder or put it here on my desk. Like today it's holding cough drops. Geez, I think that's it. Oh, this will be my new February mug. I love it. I think that's it for now. I should be back on a regular schedule. I should have mentioned something before, but I didn't think I was going to. But time got away from me and I took a little winter break. But I'm back and I'll have some more knitting and other crafts to show you. So you have a great 2 weeks and happy knitting. Bye.